Hey everybody, here's my festival bus, and I'm gonna try to put an air conditioner, or I'm going to put an air conditioner on the roof. So here's what we got. Head on in. We got this escape hatch. What a perfect spot to put an air conditioner. The problem is that it's 27.5 inches by 27.5 inches. And so it's too big for an air conditioner, which I think wants like 14 inches or something. So anyway, look. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna get a piece of sheet metal. Not sure if you can see that. And just basically make it the same exact shape and replace this piece with sheet metal first. So I got this piece of sheet metal. It was kind of tough to find because it's bigger than 2 feet, so it's 27.5 by 27.5. All the big box stores wanted to sell 2 foot by 3 foot pieces of sheet metal. So anyway, here in Sacramento, California, we have like I'm sure most cities do, have a metal shop. So you just have to look them up. But anyway, the dude there was super nice, and he cut it to the exact size, and it was 20 bucks. So this is 14 gauge sheet metal. I didn't say what type of metal, I just said 14 gauge sheet metal, and this is what I got. Yep. After removing these screws, it looks like they're just pan head self tappers. Maybe like 1 inch. Anywho. Okay, so I got the escape hatch off, and you can see it looks like maybe they use like a rubbery. So you can see the fiberglass here. That's the roofing material, and then there's like this rubbery stuff, and I think this might be that. I'll find the name of it, but this like tape, or it could be they just like put, the sealant in and then squished it down. But either way, I thought I'd show that. So I'm looking at what my roof is basically made of, and it looks like this is like 1 inch square steel tubing, which frames in this escape hatch, and then there's like what looks like maybe 1/4 inch plywood. It is plywood, not MDF, and then there's some kind of foam, and then the interior kind of carpeting or whatever you call it, ceiling liner. So I was thinking that maybe I was going to be able to just use like some kind of plywood and make this underpiece rather than another piece of sheet metal, but I'm pretty sure it's going to need to be sheet metal. Something that'll kind of overlap to here. Maybe I could paint it gray. Yeah. Perfect. The piece of sheet metal I got is like basically the exact same size as the old escape hatch. I think I might just kind of round off these tiny little edges a little bit. And, yeah. So it's 27.5 inches, and then the escape, or the hole that the air conditioner wants, is like 14.5 inches. I subtracted one from the other, then divided by 2, which gave me this kind of perimeter value, and then I just kind of put dots in there and then made a square, and now I'm gonna cut it out. So I drilled some holes that were just a little bit bigger than the jigsaw blade. And let's see if we can get All right, I got the center cut out. Now I'm just gonna kind of take this, my die grinder, and just kind of go around and touch up all these edges so there's nothing sharp or no metal burrs that's gonna cut anybody. So I just drilled some holes. I kind of lined it up with the old escape hatch and its screw holes, and then marked them, and just kind of found a bit that fit, like really just fit inside that hole. So basically made them about the same size. Out this die-core tape. I don't know if that's a name brand, but anyway, it's like a tape that seals. Yeah, so I'm rolling out this tape, and I'll hope for the best. So I put the tape in. It it looked pretty good. It's kind of oozing out over here, which is, or over here rather, which is kind of a good sign. But I'm just paranoid about this thing leaking, as I'm sure all of you are. So I'm also going through and putting this, let me get that in the film. This sealant, this Dicor stuff, everybody says it's the best. So you may as well go with the best, I suppose. Non-leveling. Anyway, so I'm also putting it in the screw holes, and then just to be really, really sure. All right, and also I added these to not scratch up the roof of the bus. I saw it on some other video, thought it was a good idea. Pound air conditioner, getting it up that ladder by myself. We'll see. Truth be told, this next clip of getting the air conditioner on the roof makes me cringe. It's just the way I got it up there, but I'm sure there's better, safer ways of doing it. It kind of seems like this video was going to show up on a fail somewhere, but luckily it did not fail. Stay safe. Broke my light. I'm all right. You got it. Okay.
Stop filming?
Yeah. All right, looks like she's on there. And then I think once I tighten down the bolts, it'll kind of compress that gasket looking thing and become watertight. That's my guess. I got it pretty well squared up, just by kind of pushing it around here. Looks pretty good. There's gotta be an inside, and I thought, well, what better insulated material than wood? I mean, if I was to do this right, maybe it would have been, you know, the piece of sheet metal, but anyway. So I kind of created this. Here I'm gonna fill in with some more wood. I just gotta rip it, or have my neighbor help me. Anyway, so this is gonna be the kind of the internal portion of it, and then these holes here are gonna go the bolts, which is gonna squish these gaskets down and make it watertight. So I got this piece mounted on here, which is a few screws, and then this little duct thing. There's a few screws on the inside that hold it on, but it comes out through the middle. So there's like some double stick tape that's around this edge here, that kind of, you take your duct, as you can see,
all the way up into the air conditioner. So you kind of take your duct and you stick it to this edge, and then all the air flows down through this, and then kind of hits like this area here, which pushes it out through the vents. It's kind of like this little divider, so that way the cold air stays here, and then the warm air comes in through here. This thing wasn't working too good, and I opened it up to see what was going on, and this was all kind of like that, and so not a lot of air was getting through. So apparently you've got to cut this thing to length when you install it, or at least close or something. Alright, so I ended up kind of tucking it, just kind of working it around. Bring up the air conditioner. So here's my trusty little shore power that I installed. And it goes back to here, where I put in this little electrical box. So shore power comes in, and then the air conditioner is coming in here, and so I basically just spliced them, and then from here it's going into the inverter charger, so that way all the power that comes out of the generator is available to both the inverter and the inverter charger and the air conditioner. That way, coming out of the inverter charger, it might not be enough to push the air conditioner. But anyway, yes, I know my cables look like a disaster. I'm gonna clean them up. Cool. Oh yeah, also, you have to put in these wire nuts. They look like this, or sorry, not wire nuts, cable clamps. Because if you don't, what's gonna happen is, as you're driving down the road, it's going to put a hole right in this, going to vibrate and put a hole right in the side of your electrical cable, and then they're going to arc out. So be sure to do the wire clamps. Alright, so I just finished my electrical. I really didn't have the option to put it inside the ceiling without completely tearing everything up. I don't remember if I already showed you this, but I just kind of put wood up here in this crack, and then painted it gray. And the electrical, I just ran it right through this kind of light thing out the back and up through here. Yeah, so anyway, if this was helpful, give me a like, and let's test it out. All right, so currently the inverter, as you can see, is on inverter mode. So let's go ahead and start up the generator. AC source detected. And alright, let's go inside. Now it should be charging the batteries. Let's turn on this guy. Hear it pick up there. Alright guys, well, like I said, if you think this was helpful, give me a like, and then other people will find this video and maybe it'll help them out. Alright, thanks guys.